Hello, my name is Bunny7 and welcome back to Rise of Flight and the Jasta 6 career. Last time, we encountered a balloon that was very imminent on self-destruction considering it blew up underneath the ground and got another balloon. I think we also got a plane. It has been a little bit, but we're going to start our quite busy day today. We have 3 flights all on the same day. Providing we don't get shot down, that's quite a lot of flights, especially for a beginning pilot. So as become normal with the career, I'll bring you back for the little blurb and takeoff. Alright, welcome back. It looks to be a nice, straightforward, simple path. 2 kilometers, okay, that's a bit high, but then again, balloons are around 2 kilometers, so it's not too bad. I used to say that I did 100 hours on camels before I could cope so consciously with engine and flying controls while looking backwards. Ronald Stikes, 6 victories. Yeah. Coping with looking behind you and then also knowing exactly what your plane's doing, that takes time. That's not something you can get a hold of right off the bat. That takes hours. Which, unfortunately, not a lot of pilots got, considering, I think the average lifespan was like 4 hours of flying time in combat or something like that. I heard 4 hours somewhere. That sounds like an air raid siren. It's to me. We should be turning over the engine right now. I think there's a DFW of some kind. Me and Lead are a little bit late taking off. I could have sworn that was an air raid siren, which is less than good. Could mean that there's an air raid on the way. There we go. A little bit sensitive on the. Oh yeah, the AA gun is firing. At that plane up there. Don't put her into the ground, because you're trying to figure out where the AA gun is firing at. But, as is normal, because she's way too high for us to actually even think about engaging, I'll break things off here, and I'll bring you back once we encounter the enemy. So I will see you then. Alright. Welcome back. We were just closing in for an attack run on this balloon, then Flightly just went and dove away. Don't know what for. That balloon's going into a cloud. The Sneaksy Hobbicids is going into a cloud. I don't know why he did a loop. Maybe because they were just too far behind. I'm gonna go for this one over here. Don't know why I pointed with my hand, because you can't see my hand. There's also those guys over there. Don't know who they are, but we're going to go for you. Since you are, well, not in a cloud, and therefore visible. Unlike the AI. The AI can probably see through the cloud, but I can't. I mean, I can see where the name is. I can't see where the actual balloon is. Good hits, but it's still up. So we're gonna have to make another pass. The rest of the flight is over there, doing something. Don't know what. I think they're moving on to another balloon. I have no idea what they're doing. Nope, didn't get the guns down in time. Didn't have the right angle. I'm just going to dive below it and then have the angle then, rather than try and dive down from above. That seems like a plan to me. I think they're going after a balloon past me. Or that guy up there. Who knows? I don't. The gun jammed. It generally helps if the gun is not jammed. There we go. Balloon down. Mission accomplished. And it looks like they're getting ready to fight that guy up there. Stop that, Hotchkiss. Alright, the wing is damaged. She sounds ever so slightly different. Our teams are holding. That's bobbing up and down like normal. I think we're okay. I don't know what my flight is doing, but it's doing something. Or they're doing something. Yeah, that's something we're gonna go home with, because this thing operates by bending its wings. And now they're breaking. I'm actually kind of curious what they're doing. Eindecker, 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 Eindecker. Possibly Eindecker? That's the artillery hitting the ground. I was wondering what that noise was. Like, just sort of boom. I was like, what's that noise? But no, that's artillery hitting the ground. Well, my flight's off chasing waterfalls and rainbows. I'm gonna head this way. And probably just land on our side of the lines where there's no trees. So I'll break things off here. And I'll bring you back. Apparently there's still a target in the area. I guess they have to go down after balloon themselves. But I'll bring you back should we find, or rather get jumped by anything, or when it's time to land. So I'll see you then. Alright, welcome back. I found what I'm pretty sure is our airfield, because it's got the looks of the carts for train wise, and I'm pretty sure this little tented area was by our airfields. Pretty sure. Yeah, little army hat, a little reserve behind the front lines, outside the range of artillery. Although they're still bunkers. I guess they're not completely safe from artillery here, but they're fairly safe because the ground's actually green and not just mud. Not just mud colored and mudded and filled with water and duckboards. It's a little bit too much. There we go. That's roughly center on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is our airfield. Looks a lot like it. Looks like the approach I normally take, so I'll take it and land here. Yeah, she doesn't like this too much. She keeps jerking around a little bit. Probably due to the damage in the wing. And the holes and the uneven lift. Due to the fact that because of that we don't turn quite as well. Because, you know, it's not the same amount of wing surface bending as on one side as it is the other. Plus I think it's just a little bit windy out today. Maybe stop the engine a little bit early, but we should be good. I think we're heading into the wind, roughly. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I did do fatal damage to the wires, but and bended the wing a little bit. But other than that, we are down nice and safely. So let's finish off. Should be one balloon. Although I did note as I was leaving, I think maybe one Eindecker either go down or disappear. Nope, they all survived. I thought someone might have been shot down due to the fact that one of them did disappear from the group, but I guess he survived and rejoined. And just moved out of the way of something. Don't know what. Could be anything. Yep, we got our balloon. So, next mission is a line patrol. And I'll bring you back for the blurb. Alright, welcome back. Just about to take off, but first, as always with the blurb stuff, the blurb. The camera was so sensitive, you had to fly it all the time. When I got used to the aircraft, it came easy. It was wonderful in the dogfight. You could really pull it over to Honda in a hurry. Alfred Nick Carter, 17 victories. What report? Over the sky, cloudy. Wind at ground level southwest 4 meters per second. Yep, that's a nice old fast wind. In fact, that's almost the maximum wind you can enter in. At least I'm pretty sure the maximum wind you can enter in for weather conditions in Rise of Flight. 4 meters per second may not be much for, you know, an F-18 nowadays, but back in these days, it's quite a wind. And that's going to blow you around a good old bit. But let's get this underway. And hopefully not die. I mean, that's always the goal. But today, well, a little bit more so than ever. Well, I mean, standard as ever. I can English. Again, with the guns. Who are they shooting at? Oh, they're shooting at these guys. These guys are much lower. I guess we're gonna have a dogfight on our hands the moment we take off. There we go. And we are on our way. I was wondering when it was going to catch, but it caught then. Looks like that group of 2 might intercept that group of 3 before we can get there. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens. Although I'm pretty sure that group of 2 is hot. Group of 3 is hostile because, you know, flak is shooting at them. That's generally a fairly good indicator of somebody being hostile, is when your flak is shooting at them. Although I think we're just far enough away not to trigger aggro on fight lead. And since those guys have an altitude advantage, and I don't feel like fighting them when they have an altitude advantage, I'm going to follow flight lead. Because that's the sensible thing to do. So, I will break things off here. And I'll bring you back once we encounter the enemy. It may be those guys, it could be somebody else. Or it could be nothing. But I will see you then. Alright, welcome back. Looks like fight lead is after a taste of balloon today. Because we ignored what potentially is a large group of enemies crossing the front lines in order to go after this balloon. But I can't say it was maybe not the best plan on Fight Lead's part, but it's the plan he came up with. And that's the limit of how far down we can go. So up we go. And are we going to let this guy go, Foot Lead, or are we going around again? It looks like we're going to let him go. Now that we've drove him down. I mean, there's more balloons around, probably. And this is that big formation that went that way. And it looked like flak was specifically targeting. Which is certainly something that flak does to enemy planes. You know, it makes sense. And those guys didn't even get a chance to attack. They're hanging behind... No, they're up there. And it looks like that's going to be that for that attack. I was wondering if we're going to turn back, because sometimes they fly out a little bit and then turn back, but nope, it looks like that's all for the attack on that balloon. And back to the patrol route for us. So I will break things off here, and I'll bring you back should we find any other enemy, either planes or balloons. So I'll see you then. Alright, welcome back, and as you can probably tell by the landscape, we are coming into land. Nothing else was found after that balloon. They all just vanished. The enemies that were flying over here, the guys who flew in past the balloon, didn't see sight of them. They all just disappeared. Don't know where they went to. Probably back to England. Hopefully back to England. That way we win the war in 1917. Or is it 1916? I think it might be 1916. It might be 1917 too. I don't know. I'll have to check the date when I get out of the mission, because I've forgotten. But, in for landing. There goes Fight Lead, still with his engine running. Don't know why. Off towards town. And flare. And there we go. We're down. This time without damaging the plane, which I'm sure the mechanics will love, the fact we brought back an undamaged plane this time. I'm sure they'll love it. So, finish flight. Nobody should have got anything. Yep, nobody got anything. We're down. Technically, flight leads us down, although it didn't say it. And yes, there's a lawnmower outside. That's a representation of our plane. Or an attempt. Yep. Last mission for the day is us and a lone patrol. Which can only go well. Never mind the other times I've done lone patrols and I've died. I don't mind them at all. Alright, welcome back. I just gotta set the aircraft up, which is literally just selecting the paint scheme. And our quote for today is always above, seldom on the same level, never underneath. Edward Mennock, 73 to victories. That's actually good advice. You always want to be above your enemy. Depending on your plane, sometimes you can fight on the same level starting off, but you never want to start underneath. That's just handing them the energy advantage, unless your plane can recover energy far better than theirs, or you can quickly outdive them or something. You never want to start off below an enemy. 4 meters a second wealth, scheduled lone patrol. Yep. Take up 30 minutes. Across the front lines by ourselves. What could possibly go wrong? Answer, everything. Everything could go wrong. So no need to wait for flight lead or anybody. We're just going today. Attack on your own, yeah. That can only go well. Said the people who died on lone patrols. Because if you get jumped by multiple, you got nobody to help you, unless you encounter a wild group of friendly planes along the way and they decide to help, which they don't always do. They don't always help. Sometimes they'll just leave you be and let you fend for yourself. I've had that happen. They've just left. There we go. We're up and on our way today. And today, no anti-aircraft guns firing. No enemy planes around. So, I will break things off here, and I'll bring you back once we encounter the enemy. So we'll see you then. Alright, welcome back. I think we're in trouble. We are in trouble. That is a Nieuport 17. Luckily, it's on its own. But that's still a Nieuport 17. And he is diving towards our altitude, but again, that is a Nieuport 17. That is far more maneuverable than we are, far better rolling than we are, and I believe also faster than we are. And I think it also climbs better. And I think it has the same armament, if not more than us. I know the 17 is the one with the overwing. Or the incalling one if you're not British. So, Scratch may be the higher armament, but he is definitely faster than us, so he can just do that over and over again. Like I said, we are in trouble. Got a couple hits in. And almost kind of got guns on. And surprisingly, we are behind him. I got a couple hits, maybe. But this is not a good development, by any means of the word good. In fact, it's a very bad development, because this guy appearing means there's much more advanced aircraft now floating about. That was a wasted couple of shots. he did something I couldn't follow in time. I got a hit at least. I heard it ding off something metal, so maybe hit his engine. Or a machine gun. I hit something. There he is. Keep track of him. Track layer, stay with me please. I think maybe, just maybe, I can turn slightly tighter than he can. Again, maybe some hits. Although it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts at this rate. Those who had no chance, they were high. I'm always surprised if he doesn't just extend and run away, because I can't catch him if he does that. I know that much. Oh, no. Rudder pedals, work with me please. Don't jam up. I need you to not jam right now. Alright, we're sticking with him fairly good. Which is surprising. I really expected him to just stamp on us and mow us to the ground. But then again, we've been able to trade altitude for airspeed. Ah, that was just off. He's gonna not be able to pull out one of these times. The same thing goes for me. One of these times I'm just gonna not be able to pull out if we keep doing this. We definitely got some hits that time. I saw the damage model change, I think. Come on. Stay with him. Just a couple shots there. Did we jam? No, we didn't jam. That's good. Almost a little bit of a high yo-yo. A couple shots into the back, but that's really not where we want to be shooting. Are you done for today, or is that wave just a normal thing you do? I think they always just wave when you hit them. Surprised that we're actually just sitting here behind him and he's just kind of turning. Those were poor shooting. Poor shots. Although I think we are on the losing end of this. I think we're going to have to pull out of this turning fight before he does. Because I think we're ever so slowly getting closer to the ground faster than he is. Come on. Nope, just behind. There he goes. That's our prop. Well, he's down, but we're also down. Oh, I just missed that nice old open section. Come back, nice old open section with no trees. Be gentle, squirrels. Ow. Okay, we're definitely wounded. And we've definitely wrecked the plane. But we did survive, and I think he might have survived as well. In fact, that's his plane over there. We might go over and shake hands later, or shoot each other with pistols. Whichever happens first. But let's finish the flight. And find out which side, because I think we're close to the German side. But we might be far enough. Nope, we're close enough that we're rescued. We were wounded, as is obvious. So reports. Who do we shoot down? Taken to the hospital for treatment. Yep. I just want to see who we shot down. It was Corporal. Oh, so a rank person, which probably explains why. Excuse me, probably explains why he just turned. Of Escadé number 48 of France. Alright, so let's hit next day, find out how long we're out for, and then I'll call the episode there. Let's do a little bit of action. Out for 1 day. We probably sprained our wrists a little bit or something like that. Then we're up for a balloon attack. Again. Lots of balloon attacks. Still with the Fokker. Haven't switched over to the either Alberstadt or the Albatross D2. Haven't switched over to them yet. Although that'd be a nice upgrade when it does happen. Despite, you know, the Fokker has its quirks, and I like the plane. I like the Fokker. It's an interesting plane to fly. It has its quirks, like not being able to roll very well, but as a plane, I like it, and it's also a nice little bit of history. One of the only monoplane fighters in a war dominated by biplane and triplanes. A foresign of the future. Just if it had been developed a little bit better, it might have become the future then. But I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.